Hello and welcome to Mostly Vintage Cameras. This is an Olympus OM10 35mm single lens reflex, an incredibly popular camera from the 1980s. In this video all we're going to do is load and unload a film, and we're going to do it in two different ways. I'm going to load the film the way the instruction book says you should, and then I'll show you a second way of loading the film which is very similar, but just slightly different and might make your life a little bit easier. But before we do any of that, there's a couple of checks I like to do before loading a film. The first is to make sure there isn't already a film in the camera. The number of times people have opened the back of a film camera thinking they're going to load a film or that it was empty, only to find there was a film in it and they've now ruined the photographs that were on that film. So to check there's no film in there, we're going to extend this rewind crank, if I can. There we go. You might see there's a little arrow engraved in there. And without operating any other controls, we're just going to turn this crank and see if we encounter any resistance. No resistance so far. Let's be a little bit more vigorous. So if I start to feel this getting tight, or if I let go and it whirls around, there's already a film in there and we need to rewind it or continue to use the film until it's exposed, whichever is most convenient. So having established there's no film in the camera, the next thing I want to do, this camera does require batteries, and I'm just going to very crudely check the batteries are installed and working by moving this to the check position. And as you saw there, we got the beeping noise, and then I've just left it on the on setting. So having done our preliminary checks, we're now ready to load a film. This is the film we're going to use today. It's an 800 ISO Kodak Max film. This is just a dummy test film that gets used for all sorts of things. So having said that it's an 800 ISO film, the first thing we're going to do before we forget is set this control to 800 ISO. So we lift the outer dial and we turn this little white notch until it's exactly level with 800 ISO. Now while we're here, currently I've got the exposure mode set to auto, and I'm just going to move this second switch so that it's set to manual adapter. Now on this camera you can see there's a little port on the front. That is where a manual adapter would go if I had one. I don't have one on this, and that's fine. But when I'm loading the film, if I use the manual adapter mode, the shutter will fire at 1/60th of a second. And that means I don't have to wait for it to go through the auto exposure mode, which could be, perhaps 30 seconds or something ridiculous. So, set the ISO, set the camera to manual adapter, lift the rewind crank, and lift it just a little bit further, and the back will pop open. And this is where we move into what the instruction book says you should do. So we're going to put the film in the film chamber, we're going to drop the crank, and then, because I don't do it this way very often, I fiddle a little bit, pull the film out and engage it in the slot in the take-up spool. I'm going to fire a frame and wind on, and we can see that the sprockets on the take-up mechanism are engaged in the sprockets in the film, or the teeth are engaged in the sprockets perhaps I should say. We're going to close the back. Then we're going to fire two more frames, 1, 2, and that's it, the film is loaded. The frame counter, don't know if you can see that, it's actually stopped just before the number 1, so we're basically getting a free roll or free shot of a free photograph on this roll of film. So having done that, I'm going to turn the camera off until I'm ready to go out and take photographs with it. So what I'm going to do now is fire off a few frames to advance the film a bit. There we go. That's taken some photographs, and now I decided I want to rewind the film. And most cameras have a rewind release button on the base plate, a little button that you press in. This OM10 does not. It has a twisty dial here. It says it's marked R for rewind, and there's a little arrow. So we move this so that this line is horizontal. Having done that, we once again extend the rewind release lever and rewind the film. As we get towards the end of the film, we'll feel tension and friction in there. And did you hear that little click? That means the film's come off the spool here and it's rewound. So I can pull up this and there's my film rewound. I deliberately stopped short to leave the leader extended just to make life easier for myself. You can continue to wind the film as long as you like, and more can be better, so long as this dial stays in the horizontal position. Now, some people say, how does this get reset? Well, as soon as you find the first frame and wind on, it automatically resets to the normal position, the shooting position. So that's the how to load and rewind the film as per the instructions. Rewinding is always the same. There is a slightly easier way we can load the film. Again, I'm going to set my ISO, I'm going to turn the camera on, and I'm going to move the exposure lever to manual adapter. Pop the camera back open as before, and this is the only difference. Rather than put the film in here and then rather awkwardly try and feed it over to here, I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to take the film leader in my thumb and forefinger, I'm going to find the slot on the take-up spool and slot it in there, and then just pull the film back across here. And I find that's just a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. And again, we're engaged on the sprockets, then we close the back, fire and wind, and also, although this is spinning, I do like to just take the tension up so that when I take the next picture, I'll see this mechanism wind around, spin around. So as I'm pulling the film onto the take-up spool, it's pulling the film out of the film cassette and turning this dial. And there we go. One last thing in both cases, you want to set this back to the auto position. There we have it. Just a quick note on the manual adapter I mentioned earlier. If you do have a manual adapter fitted, which is like a little dial on the front, it's a little accessory, when you set the exposure mode to manual adapter, you also want to turn the manual adapter to a 3 or 4 digit number. So 125, 250, 500 or 1000. Doesn't matter if you don't, it's just more convenient to have the shorter shutter speeds while you're loading the film. But always remembering, if you want to use auto, or if you don't have a manual adapter, to set the exposure dial back to auto. Anyway, I hope that's been of use to somebody. Thank you for watching, I do appreciate it, and do have a good day.